I'm Issa, and today's a sick day.
For me, every day is a sick day. Mine's better.
Hello, fellow spoonies and spoon lovers.
You saw nothing.
Today I'm going to be talking about a topic that is very, very near and dear to my heart that just insanely pisses me off.
Yeah, I know what you're all thinking. But we don't know she's a woo merchant just because she's got a star-covered drape on her wall. Maybe she's just into really poorly made astronomy diagrams.
You guessed it, today I'm going to be talking about why encouragement to take the stairs can be considered ableist.
Oh no, I think she might be broken.
Lately on the interwebs, I've been seeing a lot of different posts from social media sites and clickbait sites.
No, I would never have guessed you spend too much time on the internet.
That include pictures of these establishments that design their stairs and elevators in ways to make you want to take the stairs rather than the elevator.
What a wonderful idea. I fully support any and all attempts to get people thinking about their weight and all the little ways you can give yourself a little extra exercise when you might not think to. I, for one, could stand to lose some weight, and with the increase in cases of obesity in the UK, US and other parts of the Western world, encouraging normal members of the general public to do a little more exercise is a great idea. Personally, my idea to keep my kids fit will be to stick their playroom in the basement and the food on the roof. Make them work for their snacks, while I eat crap and watch TV sprawled out on my couch. Hey, no one said parenthood wasn't about glaring hypocrisy.
One of these instances was a BuzzFeed article called "The Most Clever Ideas Ever."
I do hope you were reading BuzzFeed ironically.
A little exaggerating, if you ask me. One of these ideas was basically where an establishment decided to label each stair with how many calories you were losing by taking the stairs rather than the elevator.
Okay, first off, you were stating something you had seen. You don't need to infinitely raise your voice like it's a question. And two, that does sound like a great idea. Like I said, reminding people of the small things they can do to lose weight will keep it in people's minds. Exercise is essentially always a good thing.
While it is a clever idea, this really falls into the general stereotype of elevator shaming.
Elevator shaming. Elevator shaming. While this does bring to mind a crazy person shouting bizarre slurs at a lift. Stupid metal box! All you can do is move up and down. I can move up and down and side to side and spin. You're such a loser. Why do people want to be inside you and not me? I wish I was an elevator. But unfortunately, that's not what you meant, is it?
I've seen other photos where establishments basically label their elevators in a way to shame the people who have to take the elevators, as seen in this picture.
Well, that might be what you see, but I think you're taking that too personally / taking offence for other people. You know what I see? Motivation for people who don't really think about exercise. To go, hey, I could get in a little bit of weight loss. Brilliant. And if you absolutely must go the shaming route, the only people this would be shaming are people who can take the stairs, but don't. The guy in that picture isn't in a damn wheelchair. Holding walking sticks, has those kind of awesome leg blade dealies that double amputees have these days. Just an average looking dude. So one assumes they are referring to average people. You need to stop thinking that everything in the world is about you.
Yikes. And while I do not know the context of either image,
You're making a judgment without context. Well, blow me over with a feather.
I can tell you from a disabled person's point of view, it angers me.
It's not a disabled person's point of view, it's your point of view. I know many disabled people will look at that sign and more than likely think, what a good idea. Some of those damn normies are getting too darn fat, and it'd be nice to have the elevator to myself for once, rather than being surrounded by a bunch of sweaty, lazy bastards who just can't be bothered to take the stairs when they are perfectly able. What a bunch of pricks. Or something to that effect.
Elevator shaming is an extremely common thing that a lot of able-bodied people do in their day-to-day life without even realizing it.
Oh, my favourite, the you do this thing you don't know you do. Honey, when I want to shame someone, I know I'm doing it. Like you are being a self-obsessed arse piece. I think you should be ashamed of yourself for thinking that you know what other people think. Grow up. See, that's shaming. And hey, let's grant you that some people will be thinking, what's that person doing getting on that lift? It'll be because they are a normal person. Chances are, if you need to use the lift, it's going to be kind of obvious. Either you'll have some equipment or a limp or what have you. But someone briskly walking onto the lift and doing a little jig, I don't think I care if they feel shamed.
In places like the United States where the obesity rate is as high as it is, it's understandable why people encourage taking the stairs over the elevator.
Then what is the point of this video? Surely, if we grant your premise and even put it a little further and say that everything that encourages people to do something that disabled people just can't is de facto ableist, so what? The obesity rate in the West is epidemic, and it is something that we can and should do something about. Even if it hurts people's feelings in the process, it's just something you're going to have to get over, because this is not about you.
And while exercise and good life choices are important in maintaining a healthy lifestyle, being an ableist jerk is not.
We should take another look at that sign, shouldn't we? Oh Christ, I see it. Never mind, she's right. This sign is about hating on the disabled. It's so clear now.
So why is this ableist, you might ask?
Your feelings? That's my guess. It's going to be about your feelings.
Let me explain. People like myself who suffer from an invisible illness might have to take the stairs over the elevator.
I see the jackbooted death squads have been hard at work enforcing nebulous elevator etiquette. Good work, lads.
In my case, my legs are too weak and the impact of taking stairs is much too much on my legs.
Then don't. It's not that hard. And if people think that you shouldn't be taking the lift, screw them. Me, I have plantar fibers on the bottom of my feet. Nasty little growths that cause me a great deal of pain randomly. But stairs are a good way to set them off. So if I can avoid taking them, I will. But if someone gave me a snotty look, although I can say I never seen someone do that, but if they did, I would tell them to do one. It is none of anyone's business what I do but my own. And the same is true for you. And if a random sign causes those kinds of feelings, I think you have far deeper issues than whether or not you should take the stairs. Maybe seek professional help, love.
Not wanting to brag or anything, but in the past 10 years, my disability has caused me to be the best at finding hidden elevators in random buildings. Thank you! One instance that I suffered from elevator shaming was pretty much my entire high school career.
This is petty, but that's not a good use of the word instance. High school would be a series of instances unless you spent literally all of high school in the damn thing.
My school had to grant special privileges for you to be allowed to use the elevator in the case that a lot of the younger students were abusing it and going up and down it all day due to general laziness. But when you have to carry 40 pounds on your back up 2 flights of stairs, I don't blame them.
Just because something is hard doesn't mean it's not lazy, and if the lifts are there for people who need them, then yeah, kind of dicks really. We had them in areas of my school, and unless you needed them, you had to use the stairs.
Well, 4 years of high school, and I only ever took the stairs over the elevator during fire drills or elevator maintenance days. Because of this, I got a lot of shame for it.
If you have a medically diagnosed problem, then tell the shamers to suck it. Simple as. They will learn soon enough.
Not just from other students, from teachers too.
Really though, if you have a condition, a disability, I find it hard to believe they would do this. And if they did, report them for Christ's sake, because that is ridiculous. She does this bit here that I think's supposed to be a skit, but it's cringy as hell, so I'm going to skip it for the sake of your sanity. You're welcomes.
But in all seriousness, it was really weird how a lot of students were upset over the fact that I could seemingly walk perfect, but I still took the elevator.
I'm sick of saying this, but so what? Who cares what they think? Just do what you gotta do and ignore everybody else. They don't matter.
It didn't help that a lot of the K through 5 students were always curious about why I had to take it.
Why can't you take the stairs?
Because my legs don't work like yours do, Billy. But the stigma around myself and the few other students who had to take the elevator was ridiculous.
Surely you only had to tell them once, and really, how often did this actually come up?
A lot of the time, society views people who take the elevator rather than the stairs as lazy, out of shape, or simply just slackers. The whole thing is an idea that I just want to take and throw in the trash can.
So you can read the minds of everyone in society. K.
By putting shame on disabled people who have to use the elevator, you're basically saying, shame on you for taking the elevator. You should get rid of your disability and use the stairs like everybody else to get in shape.
No, you're projecting your feelings of inadequacy on everybody else. I'm going to give you a life hint here that should make quote-unquote shaming easier to deal with. No one cares. Your life is completely irrelevant to most people, and their lives and thoughts should be irrelevant to you. As one of my favourite quotes go, you'll worry less about what people think of you when you realise how seldom they do. Chances are, if you think someone is shaming you, they actually have far more important things to think about than some girl getting on a lift. They don't care, and even if they do ask you about it, so long as they're civil, you can just explain, simply, your legs don't work right. And if they get sniffy about it, tell them to go play in traffic.
If someone is taking the elevator and they seem like they don't need it, just leave them be, Karen. Go climb those stairs in your Gucci flip-flops with your pressed kale juice, because I will be here riding my sweet-ass elevator without a care in the world.
I really wish that were true.
But in all seriousness, elevator shaming is gross. We need to destroy the idea that people who take the elevator rather than the stairs are lazy. So next time you see somebody taking the elevator rather than the stairs, let them be.
And the next time someone interacts with you in any way, shape or form and you just happen to be on or near an elevator, don't assume they are shaming you, because as I said, they probably just don't care. You seem like a nice enough girl, and perhaps if you try not to feel like such a victim, you will find your life in general will be much easier and much happier. Peace.